Hey guys, how's it going today? cryptoFOXXY here. Thank you guys so much for stopping by the channel. This video, we are going to talk about Hedera HBAR. We're going to look at some potential catalysts that could be upcoming and let you guys know pretty much how the overall market is faring right now and potentially where we could see HBAR ending up. So let's jump into it in this video. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and follow me on X as well if you are watching there. Let's get into our video here. So we can see HBAR is still sitting in number 18th as of CoinMarketCap, sitting at about 17.4 cents, up still about 22% in the last 30 days. So, HBAR has actually been faring fairly well, in my opinion. The volume is up today about 9.6%. We are seeing some selling going on. However, we are also seeing, just a number of different things kind of going on. Just the overall market has been really influencing the price of certain assets, but we could have some potential good catalysts coming up. So we're going to talk about that here as well. So let's jump over and we're going to take a look at that. So the upcoming Federal Reserve announcement is really what is pushing the market down. We all know that the Fed's going to be releasing their interest rate decision tomorrow in the United States. Now, the price has dropped for 4 consecutive days and about 15% from its highest point last week. Now, economists are widely expecting that the central bank will be holding their interest rates steady at about 4.5%, and it's going to wait for more inflation data because things have been a little bit all over the place, and we've been seeing some constricting information as well as some mixed signals in terms of the markets. So any signal of a future rate cut would likely act as a bullish catalyst for HBAR and the broader crypto market. So really what all we have to do is wait to hear Jerome Powell's speech and kind of try to determine, it's always fun times to try and decipher if Powell is, dovish or is he hawkish. Now, if he's hawkish, it means he's negative on the market. He thinks that, things are not looking good, which would take away any potential for any rate cuts. So that's kind of what we're waiting to see. See kind of if we can kind of gauge his thoughts on the market a little bit more than what he says in his words. But activity in the HBAR chain is rising, and we're not too worried about it. Eventually things are going to turn around in the financial markets and in terms of the Federal Reserve, and we will eventually see things turn around, inflation get a little easing, and eventually see those rate cuts. But until then, HBAR is just going to continue building and growing, and the on-chain data is showing that it is definitely doing that. It is rising. It is the activity is heating up there. DeFi Llama shows that the stablecoin market in the chain has jumped to a record high of $130 million. So that is definitely something to take into consideration here, because when we have stable money in stable coins, usually that's buying power, right? People put money into stable coins for different reasons, and a number of them, myself included, is either savings or taking profits, so money on the side waiting to invest for when the time is right. Now, the SEC's upcoming tokenization roundtable is coming up on May the 12th. Representatives from major firms such as Franklin Templeton, BlackRock, and Invesco are going to be there. The meeting's going to focus on regulating tokenized assets, which HBAR has been a big player in. They last week they partnered with Tokeny Solutions, and they provide an on-chain operating system for compliant asset tokenization. We know HBAR is very committed to being compliant, and they take active steps in that as well. And they also are on a number of different boards to kind of help foster this compliancy, right, so to speak. So HBAR price prediction, well, this is what we're looking at right now. So far, it's not an HBAR issue, but so far the technicals are pointing to a negative picture in the short term. Now, this is going to be short term, right? The awesome oscillators pointed downwards and is about to cross the zero line. MACD lines have made a bearish crossover. They continue to show decline, these number of different indicators together. Sellers are targeting the year-to-date low of about 12.5 cents. Now, if this is reached, though, this could be a silver lining. This level would form a double bottom pattern, which is a potential reversal setup. So if we do see that 12.50 and we do see it defended, we could potentially see a big move up from that setup. So let's jump over here. We're going to take a quick look at TradingView, and this is pretty much what I've got going on here. So this is November back in 2024, and this is when we saw the entire market basically have that big jump up, big run up into December, and then we had some consolidation going on over here. But as we can see, we had this big massive run up, but HBAR has come down to kind of retrace a little bit but we are still in the green here. It's still up 324% roughly since that move up in December. So we're still keeping some of those profits. A lot of times we'll see, some altcoins run up and then we'll see all their gains basically erased. And that's not what's happening with HBAR here. That means to me that there's a number of investors that are still in profit, that are still betting on the future rise of HBAR. So that to me is extremely bullish. I think, honestly, end of year HBAR, best case scenario with the rest of the market cooperating. I'd like to see this thing push $1. I think 2025 or maybe even early into 2026 potentially. We do have to have the rest of the overall market cooperate though. Like that's just a given. HBAR is not going to do it on its own. Obviously, we have to have the state of the market in a good financial place, which it's not at this moment because of the uncertainty around trading wars that are going on. We have actual wars that are going on, and we also have inflation that's playing a big part in these numbers. So obviously, we have to have a lot of cooperation in terms of the whole macro event there. But potentially $1 is on the table, in my opinion, for HBAR, and I think that's a no-brainer. To be honest with you guys, eventually we are going to get that. These guys have been building this ecosystem, and they're doing it the right way, and it's definitely going to pay off, in my opinion, in the future. But none of this is financial advice, obviously. I'm just an investor here on YouTube. So obviously do your own due diligence, do your own homework, and make your own decisions. But that's what I got for you guys in this video. I just want to thank you so much for tuning in, and I will catch you in the next video.